Okay, just making sure OBS is situated here. Alright, so this is probably going to be my last video on Death Stranding. It's been a hilarious time talking about the game and giving my opinion and trolling people and making fanboys upset. But there is one thing I wanted to clarify here. This is a laughing at positive reviews, by the way. I wanted to do this for fun and sort of listen to people religiously praise Kojima because I know that's what they're going to do in these 100 plus scores. I just wanted to clarify that. Oh shit, and I just woke up too, so I apologize. I'm a little bit all over the place. I wanted to say that I have noticed that people have been giving this game high scores more and more and more, and the reviews don't even fucking make sense. And I believe that this is a giant conspiracy theory because it's Hideo Kojima. The publications are sucking this man's dick. They're sucking his cock. If this was any other developer, they would be getting completely roasted and destroyed. You see that the reviews don't make sense. The game is boring, repetitive, dull. The pacing doesn't make sense. The gameplay is too easy. High fucking scores. Something doesn't add up with that logic. Why isn't the game getting remarkably lower scores? Oh, I know why. It's because it's a Kojima game. This happened before with Metal Gear Solid 5, right? When people were saying that something's wrong here. The game is incomplete. And it's getting 90s across the board. If you don't believe there's something going on there, there is some bias that is clearly being displayed. But anywho, as I make this quick jump cut, check OBS to make sure I'm still recording, and I go from here. Just wanted to mention that, there seems to be a trend in these positive reviews. There seems to be people that say Death Stranding is genre defining, that it's the game of the generation. However, they're also saying that it's divisive. See that word in there, divisive. Also, near the halfway point, it becomes slightly tiresome, right? That sounds like a critique to me. It becomes slightly tiresome when you hit the halfway mark. You are not entertained at this point. This guy was not entertained by that point of the game, but he still gave the game a 100. And I don't get that at all. Pro Death Stranding people, explain this. I don't get that at all. If you're so positive, so diehard, so ride or die for Kojima, and you have a game that is described as love it or hate it, then doesn't that mean that there's criticisms, there's problems, and it doesn't warrant that 100% score? Ooh, isn't that true, huh? Sound off, sound the fuck off. If a game gets boring, does it really deserve a 100 score on Metacritic? You tell me. I know it's all opinions, I know it's all subjective, but yeah. Also, the multiplayer aspect, like, oh, the Strand gameplay is new and you can deliver stuff to your teammates and there's social features. It's not like there hasn't been social networking features and multiplayer games and shit like that before. Just stop. Just stop with all the pretentious nut hugging. Let's see. Let's read some of these and try to find anything funny. Oh. So, yeah, I see that too. A lot of people say, oh, this is a breath of fresh air in an industry increasingly unwilling to swing for the fences. You know what I want to swing for the fences? Good gameplay, Ideally speaking, a great story and good gameplay should be at the forefront. And if you make a movie, a cinematic-like experience of a game, is not really a video game at that point if the gameplay fails to deliver in all aspects. That's how I feel about that. I hate when the more cinematic movie side is given weight and leeway, and when it comes to the gameplay, it's like, what am I playing? I don't like that at all. I don't like when gameplay is minimized. Having a great story, yeah, it's perfect, but having good gameplay also matters too. So you kind of want to mesh in both, like two girls scissoring. You kind of want to mesh them both together and enjoy All Nut November. I don't know where I was going at with that one, but I'm leaving that in. So let's see. Oh, those words again. Cinematic influences. I don't like that. I do believe the cast is great. That's probably true. A world of eye-watering scale delivering a sticky gameplay loop. Like I said, all Nut November, baby. Yeah. But I doubt that one. I doubt that one up there. Look at this. Look at this one. Hold on. Wait, there's a couple. I want to laugh at this one. Look at this. Okay. And that's another thing too. Death Stranding is something mesmerizing, intelligent, and powerful. You need to have like Rick and Morty IQ to understand Death Stranding. We never see this kind of work within the big budget blockbuster space. And if we do see that kind of work within the big budget blockbuster space, you can guarantee that you will be playing that game less and you'll be watching it more, and I can watch it on YouTube. How about that? Let's see here. Oh, Death Stranding makes me respect Kojima. Death Stranding makes me respect Hideo Kojima for convincing Sony to invest millions into a game that's about a man delivering packages to holograms. You know what's funny? Someone mentioned Spider-Man 2 to me on Twitter, and they said that, yeah, there were fun missions where Peter Parker could deliver pizzas, and it was a side mission, and they had that bogus music, and you had to not crush the pizza into oblivion. Yeah, that's probably more fun than balancing packages, doing boring, stupid tasks, peeing on mushrooms, and making the grass grow, and all this other pretentious crap. It's like, it seems like Death Stranding is an overglorified fetch quest side mission that should have been found in like a game like Metal Gear Solid 5 and not made into a full experience. Let's go down more. Oh, I hate these one-note reviews. Oh, it's a one-of-a-kind experience that will stick to you for years to come. Please fucking clickbait and now and read the full review. I just hate that. Describe more of what the game is, please. Let's see. Read this. The game introduces characters that keep on evolving until we reach an ending for the ages. That's 2 hours, by the way, so you're going to be sitting there watching it. And from what I heard, it really sounds like the story is very confusing, because even Giant Bomb said the story is all over the place in terms of like confusion, but he liked it. Some people liked it. No, actually, I think Giant Bomb like hated it, so look at this. Death Stranding is not a fun game. A video game is not fun. It gets a 95 on PlayStation Lifestyle. Maybe they're just, conforming to their agenda. PlayStation Lifestyle, a PlayStation console only exclusive game. It's only exclusive to PS4. It's not on Xbox or Switch, but it is coming to PC. So there's that. So you got to have the PlayStation guys, filleting Death Stranding like this, like they always have been, like Jake Tech TV, like he holds that loaf as well as he holds that dick in his mouth. All right, so I got it back up again, but look at this. But it's an important and meaningful experience. Death Stranding is not a fun game, but it's an important and meaningful experience that earns its payoff through every bit of frustration and slog. What the hell does that mean? It means that every bit of frustration and slog. That means that this part is going unchecked. That it is not a frustrating experience. That something it sticks out like a sore thumb. Probably one of those movie gamers that likes their games to be ridiculous, frustrating, boring, and stupid. But the story, man, tell me a story. Those story time people that overlook all flaws in gameplay just to be told some form of plot that's long. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's a look at life and death. Yeah, connection and solitude. A game about building up what matters most and supporting each other effortlessly. You'll be bored at times. And downright frustrated at others, but it comes with a great reward at the end that is made sweeter by trials that precede it, is brilliantly unique in its design and implementation of online elements. This review sounds like it's a 60 on Metacritic game, and it would be if it was anyone else that's not Kojima. Okay, that's funny. Look at this one! Oh my god! Hideo Kojima has fully weaponized the walking simulator. Writing a love letter to the delivery service workers of our shipping and handling world. That means that, hey, UPS, you get a shout out. Hey, FedEx, you get a shout out. Amazon, you get a shout out. And you get a shout out. And you get a shout out. Thank you for being akin to our brave men and women of the U.S. Postal Service. Oh my god, in heaven, dude. This is so up his own ass. It's so funny. Oh. I can't stop laughing. Oh man, this man just seriously, he put like the UPS logo on a hooker, got in bed with her, and had a lot of fun, and then he wrote this review the next morning. Oh man. Oh my god, I'm dying, dude. It's so funny. The core gameplay seems contradictory at first. What? So that's a confusing brain killer, but once it finally starts to get interesting after a few hours, it delivers infinite satisfaction. Death Stranding screams Hideo Kojima in every single detail. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Asynchronous multiplayer, blah blah blah. It may lack some variety in the quest design. Once again, saying that the mission structure is pretty shit. That's what that tells me. Death Stranding is a mess. What the fuck? You need to accept its slow and repetitive gameplay to appreciate the plot and marvelous setting. Resident fucking sleeper on that one. Holy shit. You need to appreciate the slow and repetitive gameplay. It's not like you're playing a video game or anything. You gotta appreciate this shit. You gotta appreciate all the terrible things about the game. They can't be criticisms at all. You gotta sit there and appreciate that shit. Oh man, look at this one. Oh man, I'm just having way too much fun with this. I'm sorry. It's just fucking funny. Oh, look at this one. Its central mechanic is a monotonous, everyday piece of modern life. And somehow, only Hideo Kojima has managed to make that a very satisfying thing to do. Oh my god, the reviews sound just as pretentious as him. It just sounds as pretentious as him, man. Holy shit. He's an auteur. Okay, you can tell that's like... Kojima chooses his own path with an adventure like no other. Oh, all right, man. I gotta stop laughing at these. I'm gonna bust my gut. Holy shit. Okay, the delivery gameplay is good in his opinion, and occasionally great, but given its pacing and setup, it doesn't always serve the game well. Listen to the key words. Especially given the low difficulty level. Once again, saying that Death Stranding is really not a challenging game. The adversity is minuscule. Oh, look at this one. Death Stranding is the oddest AAA game I've played this year, and I mean that as a compliment. Imagine the television show Lost with the botched ending, where it didn't explain anything, with this time-hopping storyline about characters stuck on a mystical beach, crossed with the go out and make things approach of Minecraft to get a sense of this Kojima Productions peculiar title. Oh, okay. Oh my god. I'm laughing so much I can't even finish these sentences, man. I need like some strong Yak Daniels right now. I don't even know if I said that right. Jack Daniels. Yeah, I need some of that. Uh, if Hideo Kojima's non-conventional storytelling, flair for the cinematic, and fourth wall breaking silliness gets you out of bed every morning, then Death Stranding is going to appease, surprise, and maybe even delight. Okay. Okay then. Existential themes. Oh my god. Oh. I gotta read one. There has to be one more dumb review. There it is again. Death Stranding is a hard game to absorb. It just seems like many people want to say they hate it, but or they want to hate aspects to it, but they don't. They're not honest. There's no honesty here. You're essentially playing a courier, but an intriguing plot and phenomenally designed blah 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 open world is I don't expect it to do anything interesting in the open world department. I think I said before, I think it was a previous recording that got deleted before this. I said that it probably is interesting due to the fact that NPCs dying means something, and that should be implemented in more games where a character dying could affect the storyline in a profound manner. I will give it that. That stuff does seem interesting, but again, outside of that, I don't think it's going to be this super groundbreaking thing in all areas. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but people also said that, oh, well, Metal Gear Solid 2, that's a great game, and it was very anti-Critic. Well, when people were saying that MGS had long fucking cutscenes and the gameplay was diminished in terms of codec calls and cutscenes, they were right. I mean, that is also true. That is really true. And I played Metal Gear Solid. I love that game. And I could tell you that is very heavy-handed with the storytelling, and it dwells for way too long. You'll be bored at times. I just don't get that at all. I read that one, but you'll just be bored at times. No fun with the game. It's like, if I don't have fun and if I'm not entertained, I drop the game fast. That's how it is. I gotta drop it. Gotta drop it. Oh. Everyone's saying the same shit, so it's like, dedicate your whole month to Death Stranding. No, I think I won't. It's like that Captain America meme from Avengers Endgame. No, I don't think I will. Oh, look at this one. I gotta read this one. Kojima reaffirms our acknowledgement for his talent of creating engrossing worlds, both in terms of lore and visuals, with well-designed gameplay. What drags it down from a higher grade is its over-reliance in basically one quest type and utterly derivative action sequences. Thankfully, not many of them, so the game doesn't have a lot of action. He just said it. At least he's honest. At least he's honest to bring that score down, because he said there's one quest type, meaning that there's no variety in the mission structure and there's barely any action scenes, and the action scenes in the game are probably bad. And I don't like that sound, man. I don't like the sound of that at all. And I know people are like, oh, well, I'm going to jump in the game blind. That's fine. If you still want to buy this game, more power to you. But personally, when I see games that are like this, somebody got paid under the table. Like, my receptors in my brain, they just kick off and they tell me that everyone is really, 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 really not liking certain aspects of the game and saying that it's a love it or hate it affair. How the fuck is it getting 100s? It's like that phrase that stupid Zaire said, the audio is not matching up with the visual here. Let's just read the negative one, though. From Stever or something. He straight up went in. He's like, Death Stranding is an irredeemable piece of garbage that should serve as a warning to publishers who give developers carte blanche to create art. I don't know what this means. I assume he's basically saying, in, layman's terms, when you give too many of these alters way too much power, they create games like this where they think it's art, but it's really not. Like I said, it just seems like Death Stranding is very anti-genre, very anti-open world. Open worlds aren't supposed to be boring, in my opinion. They're supposed to be bolstering with content, bolstering with stuff to do, bolstering with variety. Remember, a lot of people say that it's a one quest type game, which means you're doing one thing from start to finish, and it might get different a little bit towards like the halfway point, but still you're doing one fucking activity from start to finish. Open world games, they need variety, because when we saw Kojima do Metal Gear Solid 5, the open world was barren and it really didn't need it. You know what I mean? Metal Gear Solid 5 could have been structured like Peace Walker and it still would have been a fantastic game without all the fluff in between of the open world. You need an open world like Red Dead, where you're doing a lot of shit, random events happen, random story tidbits, all of that stuff happens in front of your eyes, and it's up to you to do whatever you want in that space, and that's how an open world game should be. Also, if the rumors are true about, it taking 10 minutes to get across the map, even if you have a vehicle and no fast travel, that's a loaf. Oof. That's a big loaf. Let me read like one more mixed. Ooh, all gamers is going in. I'll end it here. I cannot, in good conscience, recommend this game to all but the most rabid fans of Hideo Kojima's work, and even then, I feel like this game may cause some of them to balk and question their devotion. It pains me to say it, but Konami may have been a necessary evil for him, a check and balance against his crazier, more self-indulgent impulses. Maybe, just maybe, Kojima needs a leash. Anyway, this is Renegade Operative signing off. What do you guys think about this whole Death Stranding fiasco, about the reviews and people coming out and talking about the game? Are you still getting it? Is it a wait for sale for you? Honestly, I don't. If you have a PC and you're still interested in getting this game, then I don't see why you shouldn't wait until it comes out on PC and then play it. Like, seriously, it's even if you have like PC, PS4, I would just wait for the PC version. Hopefully it's a lower price and then still play from there. Or I could just sell the 7 Cs, not support the game, and try it out myself from there, and then say if it is boring, if it is one quest simulation, fetch quest the game, I would literally say the same thing, people. I would say this is boring. Like, I gotta be entertained. I understand slow burn games like taking an hour or 2 hours to get there, like RPGs, but if I am not entertained in those 2 to 3 hours and I'm really not learning anything outside of delivering shit from place to place, then that's going to be a boring game. I don't know why people think I'm gonna say otherwise. I mean, come on. I gotta have that amusement in there, and I don't know why people are trying to change around the terminology of fun and entertaining game. Like, oh, the game is boring, but it's still entertaining. I'm like, why am I playing it if it's not fun? Why? If I'm not having fun with it, if I'm not enjoying the mechanics, if I'm not, like, people say Last of Us, oh, the themes of The Last of Us, it's not meant to be taken as a fun and goofy time. Fair point, but you're still like blowing motherfuckers' heads off. You're still like throwing grenades at people and blowing off their legs and shit. You're still punching people out as Joel. You're still like stabbing people with Ellie. You're still having those stealth like animations where you're like shanky people in the neck. That's fun to some people. Come on, man. Stop taking away the notion of what is supposed to be fun and what isn't. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Peace out and take care.